had a situation. I went to fill in the forms to say, hey, here's my reviews for this book, for Undone by Saman, and couldn't find them. What do you mean? What do you mean? Where is it? Oh, you didn't post it, Callie. Fuck. What do you mean you didn't post it? Okay. Better fix that. Except, why is it not in my gallery? Because I know I did a whole thing about it. So, I know I was having a storage problem, so it potentially got deleted. So, we better... Mad dash. Hope MustLoveAudio don't curse me and kick me out for the delay. But so for everyone done, Saman, performed by CJ Bloom and Jeff Harding. Look, that was enough to sell me, even if I didn't enjoy Saman's books. So this is actually, I believe, the start of a new series, but they're all sort of like interconnected. And so this is Skylar and Aston, bit of an age gap. He is a surgeon, she's a nurse, she's kind of just escaped an abusive relationship, and they had a moment in a darkened bathroom. Neither knew it was the other person, and once they realised, it was like, oh crap, this can never happen again sort of thing. But they end up both at Micah, her brother's house, and Aston is also a single dad. And I'll be honest, I did not find Aston particularly likeable. I think he came across as pretty much entitled. He put himself in a lot of situations and then expected other people to fix things for him. So he had social services involved in his child's life because he couldn't control his anger. And that's other people's problems. Okay, dude. All I'm hearing there is that you were the problem, you know? And then my child needs stability, so you, who have been living in this house for 6 weeks, are the person that needs to move. Not me that's just arrived with my child. You're a billionaire. You're the person that's, this hotshot doctor. You could literally go and buy a house like right now. Why is she the one that needs to move up? And she's the one escaping an abusive situation. Like, no, I'm sorry. So I really did have issues with him to begin with, and it did take me a while to warm up to him because I was just like, just kick him in there. His daughter was the sweetest then, but I also, for me, his reasonings, because it's a marriage of convenience, but his reasonings were really grinding my gears. Like, you're gonna help your child through her trauma by re-traumatizing her in 2 years' time. Okay, solid dad move. But I think because my life situation is so different, and because I deal with a child with trauma, and I've had to do a lot of training around children and trauma, it just, you know? And he also did not respect her wishes in any way, shape or form. I don't want to be around you, so I'm going to physically put myself in your space. What now? But eventually I did come around to him, but I loved her, and it made me laugh as I was listening, because I was like, this is like one of those situations where I was like, that whole conversation of, we don't let femme characters do things, but we let mass characters do things. And I'm like, I'm just such a different breed, because I'm kissing the ground this guy walks on. I'm not letting him get away with nothing. But eventually he does, like, I do warm to him, and I do end up like rooting for them and loving them together, and shedding a tear for their relationship. So it comes full circle. But it's the same thing with like Micah. I was getting really frustrated with him until like the end, and we kind of get the thing, and then I'm like, oh, okay. But I was like, what sort of brother does this? Is this escaping an abusive relationship, mate? Why would you do this? But I think that's also one of the amazing things about books. And if a book doesn't make you feel, it doesn't make you mad at a character, what is it even doing? Like, that is the joy of reading. A book that can make you be mad and dislike a character, and through their arc change your mind and be like, okay, now I'm with you. You know? Performance wise, absolutely fantastic. I mean, CJ Bloom and Jeff Harding are top tier. Love them in pretty much everything. I mean, CJ Bloom is fantastic. She has such a great range, and as Skylar, she was leaning into that independent but vulnerable sort of tone, and we get that push and pull of the banter between them, which I'm here for the banter always. And Jeff Harding, like, come on. If Jeff Harding is not at the top of your higher list, the top of your listen list, like, what are you even doing with your life? But he really delivered with Aston, and bringing that alpha-y, I'm a doctor, I'm gonna do what I want, but protective like dad mode, top tier, and them together was just absolutely fantastic. Production was brilliant, and obviously there is some triggering content. Obviously child protective services were involved in the past. We have parental death, a child dealing with that, so we have grief, we have escaping a domestic situation. It is mainly verbal, but there is some physical. There is also a parental rights situation, and that can be obviously triggering, especially with how it's gone around and the fact that the people doing it have more power than the person that they want to revoke the rights. Now, the person they want to revoke the rights is not a good person, it's not a safe person, but we all know that people with power can assert that power over other people, so just go in if that's triggering.